The sun had almost gone down, and no game was caught. It wasn't a perfect day for hunting, Hayah thought. He had been lying in wait all day long, hoping to kill something, but still had no luck. Ah, those Bororo again, he cursed under his breath. They must have driven the animals further away. He had noticed their temporary settlements the previous day and instantly knew they were going to be trouble. It was the beginning of the dry season, and the open savanna grassland of the Adamawa region was a known heaven for cattle grazing. The Bororo nomads usually come around once every 2 or 3 years to graze in the area, and each time they do, they upset the natural balance of the wildlife found there. The dry season was not only favorable for pasturing in that part of the savanna, but it was also a very good time for game hunting, a sport that he loved very much. Hayah was a soldier in his early 40s and still physically fit, with the relentless enthusiasm of an adolescent. During the brief periods of calm experienced in the conflict between the Fulani and the indigenous Muslim people, he liked to go into the lush grasslands for solitude and game hunting. It provided him with the quiet he needed to rest, reflect, and recuperate. As he moved silently through the grass, he heard a sound that he mistook for a wild animal, so he cautiously crouched towards the source. However, as he approached the area, he saw a cow, then another. Parting the tall grass behind which he was hiding, he saw more cows peacefully grazing in an open area. Annoyed, he considered going to meet the cattle rearer to express his frustration. But just as he was about to do so, he noticed a figure under a tree, separate from the animals. It was that of a typical Bororo girl. She was tall, slim, and had a light brownish complexion commonly found in the Fulbe tribe. Her face was turned away from him, focused on the cows. She wore a low-tied wrapper secured by numerous beads, known as jigida. Her blouse was tiny, barely covering her upper torso, adorned with beads of different colors and little pieces of cloth sewn onto it. Her hair was braided into cornrows of various sizes, accentuated with beads of different colors. When she turned her face towards him, he held his breath. She had the most beautiful face he had ever seen. It was oval, adorned with big eyes and a pointed nose. Her lips were tattooed black and her eyes were lined with dark coal. 3 dots were marked on each of her cheeks, and she wore a large round earrings on her ears. He estimated her age to be around 14 or 15. She was so beautiful that for a moment he doubted whether she was human or jinn. Suddenly, an uneasy yet familiar calm settled over the place. With the trained eye of an expert hunter,